G'day all, Jay here. Gonna make up some paste. And first, the materials you're gonna need: a container to put the finished paste in, a pot to cook it up in, a fine sieve, this is just flour sieve I think, wooden spoon, the silver spoon is just for if I need it, an old brush, measuring cup, bowl, and what I make paste out of, which is starch, and a tablespoon. Needless to say, make all of this stuff that you're not going to cook and eat out of. First step, 2 tablespoons of this starch. Now this is Silver Star starch. I don't know how well it works with other stuff. This is what we got in Australia and what the Victorian Library recommends. So it's 2 tablespoons of starch. 8 tablespoons of water, which is about half a cup. Give that a bit of a stir just to mix it through a little bit, and we'll let that sit, not with the stove on, so just let it sit as it is for about half an hour. Victorian Library says overnight, but I don't think that's needed. Give it, like I watch an episode or 2 of TV, and come back to that later. Alright, it's been soaking for about 45 minutes now. Grains have swollen. You're probably not going to see that very well, but it's just like a milky white with some of the starch in the bottom. Now slowly bring this up to heat, and don't want it to boil. As it heats up, keep stirring. Eventually it'll turn translucent. I'll show you what that looks like after I've heated there. But the trick is not too hot. Some people do like a double boiler method like you would with chocolate. I feel that it's a bit of overkill just for some paste. So I'll show you what this looks like once it's heated up. This is after about 5 minutes. I'll give it a little bit longer. It's still a little bit white. I'll just wait for that to go a bit more translucent. Okay, so hopefully you can see that's now kind of translucent. I had it up too high at the start and started looking at something else in the kitchen, and you can see there's little hard grainy bits down the bottom. They'll sort themselves out soon. Okay, I'll transfer this to the sink. I'll keep stirring while it's in the water, allow it to cool down. Alright, got it in the sink, and here's a little tip. Some clove oil. Just 5 drops of that. That will keep the mold away. While it's in the sink, keep stirring. We'll let this come up to room temperature. Every 5 to 10 minutes I'll come back and stir it again so that it doesn't set. Okay, went out for dinner, came back, and it's pretty much at room temperature now and about as thick as it's going to get. Doesn't matter if it's a bit thicker, so we're going to take it over now and strain it. Alright, I filled up the mixing cup with water, and what we're going to do is spoon it out from the pot into the sieve. At this point it's just going to sit on top. Make sure you get out as much as you can. I'll use the spoon for this, we'll come back soon. Alright, just grab the metal spoon and spooned out the rest of it into the sieve. Now with the paintbrush, just dip it in some water to get things a bit wet. And we're going to press the glue through the sieve so it comes out the other side. And it'll be nice and soft, it won't be hard anymore. If your glue's a bit harder, just grab some more water, press it through, and eventually it'll all run out the other side. Okay, so once I'd pushed that through, it was all on the other side here. Just with the spoon, grab it out, pop it into your container, and you're all done. What you might find is if you're best to keep it in the fridge, it'll keep it from getting moldy, but it may go hard in the fridge. If that happens, you can strain it through again. Me personally, I'll just grab a dish with a paintbrush, grab a bit out that I'm going to use for my project with a little bit of water on it, rub it around, and that'll bring it back to a nice soft consistency, all ready to use. And then finally the test, does it stick? Yep, very happy with that. It's still actually wet and it's still sticking because I only left this about, I don't know, 10 minutes. Excellent. So this is just one recipe. You'll find 100 others on the net. Wheat starch, corn starch, you name it. Try them all out. Give it a go. It's pretty similar techniques to what I just did, just with different materials. Any questions? Leave them down below. Hit a like, subscribe, and expect some more videos from me shortly.